Hi, and welcome to IELTS Cast, episode 135. I am your host, Ryan. I am a career ESL instructor, and each week I bring to you my 18 years of language coaching experience to help you improve your spoken English. Please remember to leave a 5-star review on this episode, and if you're feeling extra generous, I'd really appreciate you sharing this episode to your network. This week, we are looking at part 1 of a recent exam. The candidate reported being asked for their identification, their full name, their preferred name, and where they are from. Following this, the examiner then asked them these questions. Do you work or are you a student? What do you study? Let's talk about noise. Would you describe yourself as a noisy person? In what situations does noise bother you? Do you like to listen to loud music? How do you feel about noise in your living environment? Do you think cities are becoming noisier? Okay, let's go ahead and listen to this week's Band 9 model response.
Do you work or are you a student?
I'm currently a student.
What do you study?
I'm pursuing a degree in environmental science.
Let's talk about noise. Would you describe yourself as a noisy person?
No, I wouldn't say I'm a noisy person at all. I generally prefer a calm and quiet environment.
In what situations does noise bother you?
I find noise particularly bothersome when I'm trying to concentrate, especially while studying or working on important tasks. It can be quite distracting.
Do you like to listen to loud music?
Occasionally, yes, I do. However, I prefer it at a moderate volume. I find it more enjoyable, and it doesn't disturb others around me.
How do you feel about noise in your living environment?
I value a peaceful living environment. Excessive noise can be disruptive to both relaxation and productivity. I believe in maintaining a balance to ensure a harmonious atmosphere.
Do you think cities are becoming noisier?
Absolutely. It's evident that urban areas are experiencing an increase in noise levels. Factors like traffic, construction, and a faster-paced lifestyle contribute to the overall rise in noise pollution. It's a concerning trend that impacts the quality of life for many city dwellers.
Thank you.
Okay, in this free preview lesson, you are going to be repeating the response to the first 3 questions that were heard in the model. I'll read this section again to you now just to refresh your memory. So the examiner asks, do you work or are you a student? I'm currently a student. What do you study? I'm pursuing a degree in environmental science. Let's talk about noise. Would you describe yourself as a noisy person? No, I wouldn't say I'm a noisy person at all. I generally prefer a calm and quiet environment. Okay, we will now start the speech shadowing exercise. If this is your first time doing a speech shadowing exercise, remember you should be speaking aloud as you listen. So you will first hear a portion of the sample, and then you will be given a pause within which to repeat what you have heard. And the point of the exercise is to try to adjust your pronunciation to sound as much like the model as possible. So that means including any blended sounds, any change in intonation that you hear, and even the pacing and the speed at which things are said. These are areas that you want to try to mimic and include in your own speaking to help you sound like a more natural speaker of English. Remember that a key step when doing these exercises is to keep a journal of any new language you come across. When you review this journal, you'll be reminded of these new items, and you can work towards including them in your own speaking. Don't forget that you can also access over 100 full repeat after me exercises by becoming a paid subscriber through YouTube. For $25 per month, you will have access to the full YouTube playlist that you can listen to as a podcast, plus all new episodes that are released every single Monday. Okay, let's go ahead and start this week's speech shadowing exercise. Enjoy.
Do you work or are you a student?
I'm currently a student. Currently a student. Currently. Currently a student. I'm currently a student. I'm currently a student.
What do you study?
I'm pursuing a degree in environmental science. Environmental science. Environmental science. Pursuing a degree. Pursuing a degree. I'm pursuing a degree in environmental science. I'm pursuing a degree in environmental science.
Let's talk about noise. Would you describe yourself as a noisy person?
No, I wouldn't say I'm a noisy person at all. At all. At all. I wouldn't say I'm a noisy person at all. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say I'm a noisy person at all. No, I wouldn't say I'm a noisy person at all. I generally prefer a calm and quiet environment. Calm and quiet environment. And quiet environment. And quiet environment. I generally prefer. I generally prefer. I generally prefer a calm and quiet environment. I generally prefer a calm and quiet environment. If you have found these exercises helpful, please consider leaving a 5-star review of this podcast at iTunes, and be sure to sign up for the free newsletter at IELTS.com. Please also consider hitting that share button and telling your friends about this show. Thank you for tuning in this week, and join me again next week for another speech shadowing exercise.